You know, sometimes a single word is all it takes to unlock a country's ambition, its whole economic strategy, and really how it wants the rest of the world to see it. Today, we're going to look at one of those words from China, a word you'll find plastered on banners for some of the biggest events on the entire planet.
So let's just start with a number. Ready? 73 million. That is how many people visited the Shanghai World Expo back in 2010. 73 million. To put that in perspective, that's more than the entire population of the United Kingdom. This isn't just an event, it's a statement on an absolutely monumental scale. And a statement this big, well, it needs a special name. And that really brings us to this idea of China's grand stage. I mean, how do you even describe an event of that magnitude? Turns out there's a very specific term in Chinese that's reserved for exactly these kinds of massive, nation-defining gatherings. That word is Bólǎnhuì. Now, let's be clear. This is not your local craft fair or some small gallery opening. A Bólǎnhuì is the real deal, a grand, comprehensive public exhibition. You know, an expo, a world's fair. It's a term that just inherently carries this sense of weight, of significance, and of enormous, enormous scale.
So, to truly get what makes a Bólǎnhuì so special, we've got to unpack the word itself. The meaning is literally baked right into its structure, character by character.
Okay, so the word is made of three parts. First up, we've got bol. This means something is wide, extensive, or abundant. Think like a vast breadth of knowledge. Next is làn. This means to view or to see, but it's more of an engaged, comprehensive kind of look, like you're really taking it all in. And finally, you've got hui, which is pretty straightforward. It just means a meeting or a gathering. So you put them all together, and what do you get? The literal meaning is an extensive viewing meeting. And honestly, that just nails it, doesn't it? It's a huge organized event where crowds of people gather to see a wide, impressive array of stuff. The name tells you everything you need to know about its purpose and its scale.
But here's the thing. A Bólǎnhuì is about so much more than its literal definition. In modern China, staging one of these events is a really, really significant act. It's a statement to the entire world.
This is why these events matter so much. For China, hosting a major Bólǎnhuì is, for all intents and purposes, a declaration of its arrival as a modern global power. It's this powerful symbol of national progress, of economic strength, and of being fully integrated with the rest of the globe.
If you want to put this in historical context, just think about London's Great Exhibition of 1851. That was Britain at the absolute height of its empire, showing off its industrial might to everybody. Well, the 2010 Shanghai World Expo served a very similar purpose for China, signaling this new era of global stature after decades of reform and opening up.
Okay, but this specificity, reserving this word for huge events, it creates a pretty common point of confusion. If Bólǎnhuì is only for a massive expo, what do you call a more, typical exhibition? And knowing that difference is absolutely crucial.
So yeah, where's the line? When does a simple exhibition get to level up and earn that prestigious title of a Bólǎnhuì?
The key distinction is with a much more general term, zhanlanhui. A Bólǎnhuì is massive, international, and super formal. We're talking World's Fair level. A zhanlanhui, on the other hand, can be pretty much any size, from a local art show down the street to a national car show. It's kind of the all-purpose word for exhibition. Bólǎnhuì is reserved for the biggest of the big.
Here's a simple rule of thumb to help you remember. Think of it like this. Every Bólǎnhuì is technically a kind of zhanlanhui, just like a square is a kind of rectangle. But very, very few exhibitions are grand enough to earn the title of Bólǎnhuì. It all comes down to scale and prestige. So, as we've seen, this is way more than just a vocabulary lesson. Understanding this one word gives us a window into a nation's identity and its grand strategy on the world stage.
And you see this term used for some of the most important events in global commerce today. We're talking about massive trade gatherings like the Canton Fair, the huge China International Import Expo, and those major technology and auto shows that basically define entire industries for the year. And ultimately, that's what this all comes down to. A Bólǎnhuì in modern China isn't some old nostalgic concept. No, it's a dynamic, forward-looking tool used for international diplomacy, for brokering massive business deals, and maybe most importantly, for shaping how the entire world perceives the country.
And that leaves us with a final thought to chew on. If these massive expos are a country's grandest stage, a declaration of what it has become, Then what do they reveal about what it plans to do next? What does that stage tell us about its next act?